In this video, I'm going to draw out a weekly overview on one lined notes page in my Erin Condren monthly planner, while I talk about how, once you know what your planning style is, how you can figure out which layout works best for you. Hi, I'm Kristen, and I'm on a journey to uncomplicate my life with functional planning and imperfect home management. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll be right back. Right, so this week in my monthly planner, I am not going to use any stickers or washi. I'm only going to use some pens, and these are actually some new pens that I just got from Erin Condren. They were released with the teacher planner stuff. So this is the rainbow and black dual ink, dual tip highlighter pens. And I have them like already out in a basket here. What's really cool about these pens is it actually finally says the name of the color printed on the barrel of the pen. So I kind of swatched these out already, but here they all are. I don't really have like a color scheme in mind. I was kind of thinking of just following this rainbow gradient here and just going from like, I don't know, maybe these ones here. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the week we're planning is week 23. It looks like a busy week, but really it's just this washi is taking up a lot of space, and it's my son is going to be at tennis camp. So that's not even really for me. I just have to take him to camp and then pick him up in the afternoon. But yeah, that's really it. And then I just have some like a bill due and then just a little task I don't want to forget. So no appointments or anything like that this week. So week 23, I had my sticky note there, but I didn't even need it. There was nothing to write down. I'm going to cross some of these days off. We are on Friday, so I'm just going to stop there. And for now, I'm just going to move my little sticky note over here where it's not in the way. And let's go ahead and draw out my usual layout, which is like one of these. So I think that's what we'll do. While I draw this out, hopefully I can do this and talk at the same time, but let's talk about the different layouts that are available. I'm using Erin Condren planners as a reference, but a lot of these layouts are available in other brands too. First, let me measure. I'm gonna do 3 inches. I'm just gonna do a rectangle 3 inches wide, put a 1/4 inch strip for the dates, and then divide it every 4 lines for each day of the week. I'm using this micron pen so it doesn't smear under the highlighters, and hopefully that's straight, but I guess we'll find out. As soon as I draw this long line, I'm going to switch to a shorter ruler that's just a little easier to handle next to this coil. So Erin Condren's like most popular weekly planner is the vertical planner, and that one's the traditional one that you've probably seen a ton of. It's got the 3 boxes. I feel like the vertical planner is really great if you have a lot of different categories you're trying to keep up with, or different people's schedules that you need to be mindful of, like your kids or your partner or whatever. And it's also really good if you need to categorize different things. Like if you want to use the planner as for one specific thing and not like a catch-all planner for your whole life. Now that one's really good for, let's use social media planning as an example. Like you could have one box be for, Instagram, and one box be for YouTube, and one box be for Facebook, something like that. Or maybe you do book reviews and you could have one box be for like any of the new releases that are coming up, or one box can be for tracking what you've read, and one box can be for how you do your however you promote that, like if you're on TikTok or Book Talk or whatever, stuff like that. So this is the vertical planner we're talking about. So you could have like home, work, and then some other thing, like maybe miscellaneous or just whatever. And then whatever appointments have to do with home, you would put them in this one, and work this one, and then maybe some to-dos here, and maybe your exercise or your meals or whatever in the bottom. So like, it's really just the way they've set this up helps you just kind of functionally divide up your day so that you can keep things separate without having to do a lot of extra to it. That's something that we all know in the planner community, there is a lot of extra, and that's fine. Everybody, you know, your hobby, you do you, whatever. But if you're struggling with actually keeping up with your schedule, I personally think it's a great idea to start without all the extra and just use the boxes as intended to help you break up your day this way, instead of getting a whole bunch of stickers and washi and stuff to make this work a certain way. Just use it the way they've designed it. That's just kind of, that's always going to be my advice for every layout, is just use it first the way they've designed it, and then take the stickers as a tool that helps you, instead of going into it thinking stickers are necessary for planning. They're not. You just need a pen, you know? So anyhow, the vertical is like the OG, right? Really, I would say the horizontal is probably the OG, because I'm pretty sure every planner company probably has a horizontal layout, but you know what I mean. For Erin Condren, the vertical is like the OG. And so this would also be really great for like academic. If you didn't like the academic planner because it doesn't have weekends or whatever. This might be good for if you're in college and you have like classes on Monday and Wednesday and then other classes on Tuesday and Thursday. You could have a box for each class. This could be great for different projects. All kinds of things you could think about using this, but I guess the main takeaway for me is that you use it just by itself, like just write on the paper first and try it that way. This one is like the most popular for a reason. It's so useful, and it's popular in both the functional, like simple, just getting my tasks out on paper, but it's also popular for stickers. So you can easily, like, once you get the hang of planning, you can really easily incorporate stickers into it. One of the other vertical style layouts is the hourly, which does still have those columns, but it's not broken up in 3 sections. It's broken up by it's basically just a lined vertical planner, but it has some hours on it. So if you are working on a schedule, that's super helpful for time blocking and just knowing how much time you have to do certain things. A hourly planner would be great for anyone who's in a profession where there are a lot of appointments or meetings, or if you have a lot of errands and events that you're keeping up with. Like if it falls on you to drive your kids to all their activities and pick them up, an hourly might be super helpful there, because then you could really see how much time that you have to accomplish different tasks. And when you see it all laid out on paper that, well, I'm going to be driving at this time and I need to be at this place at this time, and then I'm going to be driving back at this time, then you kind of understand that maybe you just don't have the time in your day to do all these other little tasks, and then that will help you not feel so overwhelmed with all those little tasks, because you know that there's just no way you can be in 2 places at one time. You know, you can't be at home mopping your floor when you're supposed to be driving your kid to tennis practice. So the hourly is great for schedules and stuff like that, but it's also great for if you're not on a schedule but you just want a lined vertical and you don't need it to be divided up into those 3 sections. Or maybe you only need 2 sections, or maybe you need 5 sections. You can divide it how you want because it's just lines and there's no headers there. And so that's another way that you could consider using it functionally for you. Oh, let's get these markers out before I forget to use them. We have 12 here and I only need 7. So let's get some colors. Purple. I want the salmon. I want the yellow and orange. Oh, that's 7. Okay, these are the ones I'm going to use. I left the more like pastel-y ones in there, and then I don't know, maybe I should switch to this blue instead of this bright blue. Yeah, let's try that. And I want to start with blue at the top and go this way. So I'm just gonna color this in, that's all. And then this is gonna be a test. I wrote this in microns, so we'll see if it smears. Yeah, doesn't smear. I mean, that kind of smeared because I went over it so many times, but you get the idea. The horizontal planner, I feel like it's like one of the like original planner styles, but I also feel like that's the one that gets a lot of people asking, how can I use this thing? I think that the horizontal is great for if you just need a weekly overview. Maybe you have a couple of tasks for each day, you know, but I just think since it's just so like generic that it can really be just used for anything, and you don't have to get like clever with it. And I totally messed up and I did the pink before the orange. So now we are no longer in rainbow gradient. Do I want to go like this maybe? Yeah, okay, let's do this. I think the horizontal is really good for breaking out your stuff that you're keeping track of and having it be separate from another planner. Like for example, like a food log and like exercise journal, something along those lines. I think that would be a really good use of that planner. And also, it would also be great for an academic thing, the same way I said that the vertical would, you could still break up the different classes if you take different classes on different days. I think that would make a good academic planner. I also think it would make a good, just like a regular journal. You know what, I have a sticker. I think I'm gonna use this sticker. If I could find it. Where are we in here? We're gonna be on week 23, and I do have a week 23 sticker, so I am just gonna use that. Or else it's just gonna be in there for no reason. And I'm gonna trim the white space off the edges since I already drew that flag on there. Here we go, week 23. And let's do another one up here to just be our to-do. So these have a black fine tip marker on the other end, and I haven't even used that yet. I'm gonna try something, and it's probably not gonna work, but we're just, you know, I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna go like this and just kind of make like a rainbow across this flag, like that. Now back to the layouts. We also have a daily layout, and that is something I used the Daily Duo for like a year, and I actually really loved it, but that's also what made me realize that I didn't need like a full like layout for everything, because you know how I'm doing this. But I think that the Daily Duo is really great for if you just have a ton of stuff, because every day you get a whole page. And so if you're just so super busy, or you just have a whole lot of stuff you have to keep track of with work and home and family, all that kind of stuff, the Daily Duo is going to be great for that. I also caution that though, because I think that people love the idea of the daily, and then they get it and then they get really overwhelmed with it really quick, and they try to fill it all in because you just, you know, you want to get your money's worth and you don't want to have a bunch of blank space on a page. And so people are trying to fill it in with as many tasks and appointments and stuff as possible, and then they're using it just so much. Like they're putting so much into it that it just makes it chaotic, and then that doesn't help anyone feel like they're in control. All right, let's write to do here. I'm using the fine point side of this. This is just the black ink side. I don't really like the fine point side of these Erin Condren markers, but I'm just gonna use it because it's part of the marker. There, to do. This kind of feels sad because it's not colorful, but I used that sticker. Maybe I can color it in. I can use the yellow because I only used the yellow once here. Let me try that. And I don't have my sticker lifter spatula here because I've been using it to help me reorganize my reusable sticker book. This is hard to get in this little tail. Okay. But with the Daily Duo, you can also use like one side of it, maybe the schedule side for your work planner, and then you can use the to-do side as your like your home tasks. And then what I always did with it, because I didn't really need the time on that. Let's try to color this. Can I color over this sticker? Oh, fun. Okay. Colored over the sticker, and now it matches. I would use the hourly side on the Daily Duo just as a list. Like I can ignore the numbers, that doesn't bother me to have numbers there if I don't need them. I would just use the lines on the schedule side as just another list. So that's something you could consider doing too. Like maybe your mornings are really busy and you need that time blocking, and then the rest of the day is not busy, and then you can just kind of break out a specific list, like the stuff you need to clean that day or your food prep or whatever it is you're doing that day. You can also use it that way. But the point is to just use it functionally for you before you try to decorate it and stuff, because that is going to help you figure out the exact layout that's going to work for you. So when I was using the Daily Duo and I was using that extra page to make a weekly overview like this, I realized that that's all I needed. And then I got to thinking, I can just use this monthly planner to make my own weekly overview like this. And that's what I've been doing the entire year so far, and it has been great. And I haven't been like needing another planner. I do some days need a notebook, or I'll pull out like a different planner. Like I was gifted a Day Designer daily planner, and so just to use that, I would write out my days on like really busy days on something like that. But using the Daily Duo, it's kind of funny because the Daily Duo is so like zoomed into the day that I went from that all the way to a monthly with nothing in between. Now the monthly planner, you don't have to use the way I'm using it where I make a weekly overview in this way. You could just put everything that you need to know on the actual monthly layout. That is one way where the stickers really become important, because the stickers help you use the space very wisely. And so if it's something where you already have a lot of stickers, or you just really want to use the stickers are really helping you stick to planning and keep track of your time and your tasks and your schedule in that way. Because that is a thing. If using stickers in your planner is one of the things that is helping you stick with and be consistent with keeping track of your time and your tasks, then consider doing it on the monthly, where you need the stickers to help be efficient with like the space you're given for each day. But the monthly planner, you can have most of your stuff here, your to-do list here, and then you still have like this spread to use functionally for tracking and breaking out goals and such. And then you have all of the line notes pages that you can use for very unique purposes like budgeting or project planning or just journaling, anything like that. You can also use a snap-in dashboard as needed. I think I have one here. This is normally in the back of my planner, but I pulled it out because it was getting kind of chunky in there. Now I'm just using this as a place to hold sticky notes, but these dashboards that Erin Condren makes, you can, look, it's the same thing here. You would just use your wet erase marker and you have your Monday through Sunday the way I did here. And then that way, if you just have one week where you need to keep track of your schedule, you can do it this way, or you can use this instead of drawing it out each week. Like I could totally do that, and maybe I'll try that. Maybe there'll be a month where I challenge myself to try to just use snap-in dashboards instead of this. I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think that would be interesting to see if I can do that and see if that works? I mean, you've got your to-do list on one side and you've got your schedule broken out on the other, and this is actually bigger than what I'm drawing, so this could totally work. And I don't know, maybe I will do that. Actually, I'm kind of excited to try that. So I am gonna do that, at least for 1 week. Maybe I'll get real excited and challenge myself to do it for a whole month, but maybe just for a week to start, we'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start writing in my tasks for the week and my plans before I forget. Let's do like a box up here for tennis camp. And I am ending at Friday. So we have that, and then I'll just do the arrow here like this. And then I'm just gonna write in, of course the coil is in the way. Let's see, tennis camp, and that is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Let's do like 2 highlights here. And I'm just gonna use like this color, and let's use the red color over here, because we need to remember that he's got to bring his lunch and his swim stuff. So let's get the pen here. All right, and then I need to resub cub. And there is no Formula One this weekend, so I don't need to write that in. Oh, we wanted to go see the Transformers movie on Wednesday, so we made this summer bucket list, and going to see the Transformers movie is on there. So I definitely want to make sure we go, and let's just go on the day that it comes out, and we'll go after tennis camp that day. He's probably going to be super tired. I'll just put it on there, and I'll ask him what he thinks about that. If he's up for it, maybe we'll go see it. All those Transformers movies are like 3 hours long, so who knows? Who knows if he'll be up for it? And I need to flip this back up. Transformers movie. Okay. And I definitely like how the micron looks under this highlighter more than I like how the fine tip looks written on top of the highlighter. But this fine tip is actually way juicier than it is on like the dual tip markers, I feel like. So I don't know, I'm not mad at it, I just think it looks better with the micron. And I will get groceries delivered on Friday, and let's just do this 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They usually come closer to 1 p.m. What else do I need to put on here? I don't think there's much on here. Let me look at all my to-do lists. So the previous week, I'm gonna put summer clothes on here. I have ordered a bunch of summer clothes, and they're coming in like over the weekend, so I'm gonna need to try them all on and stuff like that. So the summer clothes thing is an ongoing item. And so is the closets. Which is on my dashboard, and it's one of my goals for the month. Working on our dresser and closets. I need to be working on this. I'll show you. If you watched one of my previous videos, you may have noticed this, but I made this menu printout, and I have had some people ask if they're available. They're not yet, but I plan on making them available. So I just need to work on making that. I have some changes I wanted to make. I wanted to have that ready by the next time I put up a menu video. Let's just write that on here because that's something super important. I also need to get the new book for book club. I thought I had it. I thought I had bought it already on my Kindle, and maybe I just need to look. It's not on my Kindle, and maybe it's just in my Amazon account, but anyway, we're reading Daisy Jones and the Six during June, and I just need to get it on my Kindle because the wait time at the library, like the hold list, is super long, and I'm never going to get it in time to finish it. So Daisy Jones book, and I can put in my filming. So Monday I am filming, and then Tuesday I'm editing, and Friday I am filming and editing. And that looks like it's about it. As stuff happens, I will write it in. And I'm not doing any trackers. I've been tracking. There's just nothing to track because I didn't do stuff, but I have been looking at this. It's still not my favorite. I don't know why I keep trying to do stuff like that, but, and then let's put this over here to have it handy. And there it is. That is the plan for the week, and I really like it. I really like these markers. I do want to do a comparison between these markers and then the other dual tip highlighter pens that Erin Condren has. I have the other set too, so I am going to do a comparison, like a pen test, and see which colors are duplicates, because I think there are definitely some duplicates, like this color for sure, I'm pretty sure, and salmon, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, there are a bunch, and I'm going to check and see which ones. Maybe I'll make a short about that. I don't know. Keep your eye out. So to recap, we talked about different planner layouts and how different ones can be used in different ways to like accommodate your personal and unique functional planning style. Do you already have your favorite layout that you know works for you, or have you been kind of cycling through trying to find the one that works best for you? I'm just curious how many people have already figured it out just because, and if you have, that's awesome and amazing, and I'm proud of you. And if you haven't, don't worry, you'll get there, I promise. And then something is going to click and you are just going to feel like so in control. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you're still here with me, thank you so much for watching and being part of this little functional planning community. As a reminder, I will link the products I used here in the description. I am an Erin Condren affiliate, but I purchased all of these with my own money because I really wanted them, and I do really like them. So if you use any of the links in my description to make a purchase, I will get a commission, and thank you so much for helping me support my family in that way. And thank you so much for being here. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing because I have new videos like this 3 times a week, and I would love to see you in the next one. Until then, embrace your imperfections and just be you. Bye.